Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. Well, we're on a gigantic crap losing streak. We had one deck that was miserably bad, one that should have been a pretty decent deck, but I ran into tough opponents and kept drawing all those goddamn Wind Furies I didn't even really want to pick. Having one is okay, but yeah. We're going Priest. Haven't done Priest in a while, and hopefully I can accomplish something, but I don't know. This guy seems like a risky play. I'm better off taking the Teacher. Curator's really good. Trog is also really good. I hate when I actually play the Curator, like, early on, because he always loses to the other person's, like, he's bad for your momentum. So I'm going to take the Rock Dot Trog. I don't really like Frost Elemental that much. 5/5 for 6, expensive. I mean, the freezing a guy is pretty valuable, though. I really should value it higher. Let's just take it. Don't need a Murloc. You are an awesome guy. You're pretty good. You are very large. You can screw me up. But let's take the Shrinkmeister. I don't find he's good as often as he should be, but when he's good, he's amazing. Horse Rider's pretty cool. Comes in and kills things. And I want the Sentinel. Yeah, this is interesting. When you lay him on the board in the right situation, like if you have board control and you put him down, he can be very scary, but if you can't keep enough minions out, he's often a really bad way to try and get it back. Because whatever else you have in play, if they have enough stuff on the board to kill the other things you have in play, and then kill him, then he's just a really crappy play. Let's take the Scarab. I didn't take the other guy. I'll take the Scarab, though. Can do pretty good things for you. Excavated Evil in the arena. Oh, man. See, 5 mana, 3 damage to all minions. I mean, it's a hell of a not holy Nova. No, I just can't. It's really bad not to have AoEs. I'd like to have that, and my opponent doesn't get it right away. It's just that it gets shuffled into their deck. They will eventually draw this. They are drawing it instead of something else. Maybe they don't want to play it because they give it back to me. It is definitely capable of backfiring pretty heavily. I think we're just going to take the Blade Master, though, because we're a priest. We can heal him. Whatever. I'm going to regret that when I have no AoE, though. Curator, Temple Enforcer. I mean, he's pretty big. The Curator gives you good stuff. Like, the Death Rattle minions tend to be really good. There's only one priest one. You have a reasonable chance to get him, though, and he's a very good play, especially turn 2, Museum Curator, turn 3, Acolyte guy. But I hate what he does to my momentum. I'm going to take a Temple Enforcer and probably regret it. Convert. The Azure Drake is very good. I don't have the spells, but I mean, he's at least a 4/4 and draw a card, and then he can be very good. This is put a copy of an enemy minion into your hand. So if there's an enemy minion out there that's really bad, the Convert is pretty strong. See, it's hard because being a spell, it is kind of like a verb, right? You convert, you do something. But convert to me makes more sense in the religious sense that the minion that you get from this is a convert to your cause. But I don't know. The Azure Drake's really good. I should probably take the Azure Drake. I'm going to take the Convert or Convert because it's really interesting, if nothing else. Yeti or Senjin? Fact is, Yetis just aren't as good as they used to be. It's good to have some taunt. I'm going to take the Senjin. Holy Nova, yes. Give me more Holy Novas. Mech Yeti, I'd rather have a regular Yeti, but he's not in this row, and I'm not going to have weapons, so. Ta-da. Mind Control, if the game goes long, is pretty much a game winner. Thought Steal is also sort of, if the game goes long, this is more broadly applicable. This just wins it, pretty much, a lot of the time. So we're going to take that. Cheaper Healing, eh. On the other hand, Unstable, eh. And crap Rifleman. You suck, Rifleman. Do I want the Maiden of the Lake in here? It's not that exciting. I'm going to take the Unstable Ghoul. Maybe slow someone's early game momentum. If he's going to keep giving me Curators, I got to take one eventually. He gives me a whole other minion rather than requiring a minion in play and +1/+1. This guy, if you don't have combos, he seems kind of dumb. So, okay, I'm not, like, against the Curator. I'm just... This guy I just find is too slow. Yeah, some taunt would be nice, but without a way to trigger him conveniently, I'm going to go with the Acidues. You never know. 3/2 for 2 is still fine. Speaking of fine early game aggressive minions, like you suck. Morgan is okay. You are a powerhouse in the arena. Rotary in there. Wow. So I don't have the dragon, so Twilight Guardian is out. It's not my favorite dragon anyway. Frost Giant is awesome. He'd be more awesome if I was a different class, because as a priest, usually I'm not actually just using my ability consistently all the time. It's more situational, as powerful as it is. The Mountain Giant, though, you gotta have those cards in your hands. Like, I don't know, he's gonna come up like later in the game. Frost Giant is always castable. You know what? I like the Frost Giant better. You compare these guys, he costs 2 less. So already, if you draw him late in the game, even if I've never used my hero ability, I can play him for 10. Him, I have to have 2 other cards in my hand, which late in the game I might not. I might have used them all and be desperate. He could be cheaper early on. I don't have a lot of ways to manipulate that, though. If I just use him if I use my heal 2 times, he's an 8/8 for 8. He's fine. And if I've used my heal more than that, he's pretty awesome. So I think he's the clear winner over Mountain Giant for me. Do I have any other mechs? Jeweled Scarab, though it looks like it could be mechanical, is actually a beast. Yeah, I've got Mech Yeti, but I haven't really been prioritizing them, so I only have one other mech for the Gorilla Bot. I only have 10 cards left, or 9 after this one. I don't think that's going to work out. I think I should take the Spider Tank, because it's good at fighting into mid-game. It's the same size as him for 1 less mana, and I'm probably not going to get his combo. Of course, I could get another mech here. I think I gotta take the Holy Note. Like, this is... Oh, I wish this row had been spread out. All 3 of these are really excellent cards. Very strong early and late game. He's pretty strong mid-game and okay late game. Can do damage if you need to. But I've gotta take the Holy Nova, because I'm always pissed off I don't have the Holy Novas. Don't have Pirates that I recall. Not that this is great anyway. This guy is better than I used to give him credit for, but he's still eh. Direwolf is amazing. Am I going to make good enough use? I don't care. We're just going to take the Direwolf. They're good. Grim Patron, I don't have any way to buff him. I don't have any way to ping him. I probably can't do much with him. Light of the Narrow. I think I'd probably just take the Spawn of Shadows for his stats, and if I happen to be ahead, I can use it to harm my opponent, but I don't know about that. But yeah, I don't have any way to buff the Grim Patron. I don't think he's going to be super situational, and it's just like beyond my control. Northstar Cleric is pretty good. It would give me an excuse to heal more, to remember to heal more, which would be good. Drawing cards for Chief is always good. He does only cost 1 more, and he guarantees gives me a card right away that I have some control over, and is not coming closer to decking me. Like, she can draw more than 1 card, but how often is that going to happen? She's usually a high priority to kill. I have a couple of 1-drops, and I have a bunch of 2-drops. I think I'm actually just going to take the Curator. I don't think I'm likely to be milking her that well. I think... So I got Frost Giant, Mind Control, these 2, and him, 2 Holy Novas. I have a reasonable amount of high-cost stuff. Enough that he's not strong enough to make me want him as another big guy. I might take him another big expensive guy or 2 if they come up, but I don't feel like he's strong enough for that. I think I'm better off boosting my early game a little bit more with him. These guys are still good late game. Scarab is okay late game. Shrinkmeister, and yeah, but he's one that I'd like to play early game. Divine Spirit, which would have been good with the Tavern guys, but not... Combo would probably not happen. Silence is free, and it can solve problems. Power Word Glory, as we know, is controversial and weird. Very weird. Do I take the Power Word Glory? Just Divine Spirit with no combos. It can potentially... It's like putting a bubble on a minion, right? It can let me just take a minion and kill an extra thing with it, and then potentially be healing my minion back up. I think I'm going to take Divine Spirit over the Power Word Glory. Get another one, which if I had taken the light element, whatever that idiot is, earlier, that would have been good. I didn't, so not. Spellbreaker can silence things. I think that's pretty good. Running out of cards. Another Power Word Glory. Mind Blast, having a finisher is a good idea. I've a long time been running mostly without them. He's kind of overpriced and fragile. Maybe we'll take the Mind Blast. I hate that it doesn't manipulate the board at all, but yeah. Injured Faldier, another thing that I could be healing. He would help my sort of early game potential, and this deck is pretty rushy, is looking like, with all his 2-cost stuff, although 3 of the 2-cost minions are crap minions that are giving me later ones. Convert and Divine Spirit, not really early game cards. That said, though, I think I need the late game power more. I think I'm going to go with the Sunwalker. Of course, Ancient Shade is kind of suicidal. Boy, I am not sure what to think of this deck yet. It's got a ton of 2s. It's got a reasonable amount of 4s, which are mostly pretty good. My expensive cards, I am glad I have 2 Holy Novas. That is awesome. Can do a lot. And the Frost Giant is kick-ass. The other stuff that I have that is sort of 5-6 costs is not that much, and they're not like super crazy. They come down, they change the board. This is a monstrously bad starting hand. I only have 3 cards to mulligan. I don't want any of those anywhere near the first 5 turns of the game. Yeah, Flame Juggler is workable. Holy Nova kicks ass. It may or may not be what I need when my subsequent. Oh, good, another cheap guy. Okay. That's pretty good. What are you coining in my face? Nothing. You were going to coin off something 3 cost. Well, I'm going to waste his ability in the hopes of getting better use of his ability. He's a really good counter to Defias Brotherhood if he shoots the 2-1. If he doesn't shoot the 2-1, then it's like, eh. Okay, opponent did not get a good start. That is a good sign. Also a good sign, I can Shrinky-Dink that thing and kill it without losing my guy. And now I have 2 guys. And that's when Shrinkmeister is doing his job. He's also doing his job if you shrink something to be less than 2 attacks, so you can, like, steal it or whatever crazy priest things you want to do to him. But, that's really his job, that right there, though. It's like, when you can trade and then not actually lose your guy, that's pretty good. Okay, you are coining out Auto Barber. That is what you saved your coin for. Not unreasonable. Also not the worst. I can't heal him enough to beat that, unfortunately, so we're going to kill it anyway. Hope that my things are bigger, even though a lot of them aren't. Now I have the Frost Giant in my hand. Like, he's again, if you haven't seen him, his cost reduces for 1 every time you use your hero power, even when he's not in your hand. Of course, when he's in my hand, now I definitely have the incentive to do it. Although if I kill that guy and then heal my thing, and then I'm not playing him, but I'm going to kill that guy. I'm going to play the Shield Master. I can't heal my other guy right away, but I do have a taunt in the way, so my opponent can't just do 1 extra damage and stab him. She would have to actually kill him with something. Like a betrayal. That would suck. She's going to betrayal him, and no, probably not. She's Scarabing. Get some kind of ugly 3-cost spell. Whip out as a rogue. It doesn't have to be a spell. It could easily be a 3-cost minion. Spells seem more likely. You have a lot of cards. And you generated her. She's pretty annoying, I will grant. I could Holy Nova now. So if I hit that and then Holy Nova, it'll heal my guys. I will have total board control. Now, alternatively, I could freeze her, just deliver beats, and then do that afterwards. Which means I'm still not healing him. That's pretty good. I think I'm going to do that, though. This is giving me a lot of stuff on the board. I really want to knock her bubble off right now and give away. I'd rather do that right before the Holy Nova so I know I get my hit points back. I am risking a cold blood on this guy by leaving him alive, but overall against a rogue, I'm not as worried about leaving a 1-1 out there. Did make that bigger, but I'll live. I'll probably throw him away killing that, which is okay. Or I guess I could do him, but then I give my opponent a spare part, which I hate doing. But he's bigger, so yeah. Okay. I think the plan is still playing Holy Nova. I maybe should be changing my plan, but I don't feel like it. I mean, I could just buff this guy, kill that, and keep being my opponent's face in. She'll get to use the bubble at some point. I don't know. I think I like playing Holy Nova anyway. I should probably, like, have Curatored first if I was going to do this, but eh. Curator or heal this guy. Healing this guy does reduce his cost by 1. I'd have 8 mana next turn, he'd be 9. Yeah, it's not going to work out to matter. Let's just get more stuff. Let's take Sylvanas. Sylvanas seems like a really good way to lock in my progress, to make it difficult for my opponent to come back. At this point, her comeback options are limited. If she could vanish, which she's not doing because she played minions first. Iron Sensei is pretty good. She didn't even get the Iron Sensei from the, Ooh, Stealth Sensei. Very strong, but I'm going to kick your ass. He said don't touch it, so I didn't touch it. Alright, well that worked out, whatever that was. And I cast some spells for my quest. Yeah, so I don't know how this deck's gonna be. It's got a good amount of Discover. The question is 3 2-cost crap stat Discover guys too many for the deck? It could definitely slow me down. I have a lot of other 2-cost guys. I have a decent amount of sort of 4-cost, 6-cost guys, and then I do have the Mind Control to save the day later on. I like having 2 Holy Nova, so I can't be too unhappy about this deck until we see how it performs next time. If you like this, please click the eponymous button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.